it say?
My brother's trying to make money off the Trump. The Trump stuff.
Greg's wearing a hat that says "Make everything nothing again." I do like that hat. It's a flat. Greg's wearing it in a flat brim style. He's got a flannel shirt on. He looks like maybe a guy that manages a professional skateboarder.
Yeah, that's why I always do my
You
look.
look like you work at Believe.
Yeah, it's my look. I want to.
Look.
When I was 20, I said I want to look like a 40-year-old skateboarder.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be the guy who looks like he did when he was young.
Yeah.
Who like is still holding on.
You're a guy.
Make America nothing again. Also, you can't get this hat in blue. The company fucked up. I'm the only one who's in. My brother. I was like, "Hey Joe, I got this hat in blue," and he goes, "That's not happening again. Everything's always in black." So my brother only deals in black, but I got the only blue one.
One
That's
of a kind.
Shame. I like that blue.
I like the blue
a lot.
too. Me too.
And it seems like a statement like that seems high fashion.
Well, if
Do you know
act-
what I mean?
Yes. And if you act now, you could probably get one of the last blue ones because I guarantee my brother has not emailed anyone yet.
Make America nothing again.
Make it nothing.
Back to the beginnings.
Yeah.
the Big Bang.
Yeah.
What, is that what says? Make America or make everything?
Oh, make everything nothing again.
Yeah, he wants to go back to the beginning
back
of
to
time.
the beginning of time.
Yeah, he wants to destroy all life, destroy all everything.
It's very high concept,
Very
like
high concept.
much like on Bowery in Chinatown, you could get one of those shirts that say "Fuck you, you fucking fuck."
Yeah.
You know, very similar high end
Yeah.
concepts.
I own that shirt.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about that shirt?
Yes, I think you did, but I'd love to hear it again.
Yeah, we got real drunk.
Yeah.
I woke up missing the shirt I was wearing the night before in a shirt that says "Fuck you, you fucking fuck." Lost one of my favorite flannels.
I
Also,
imagine that's how most people buy that shirt.
yeah.
I bet you did
Very
it.
similar
I bet.
circumstances.
I bet you didn't. I bet that was a trade situation. If you were drunk and didn't remember, I bet you said, "Hey, buddy, shirt for shirt."
Well, I woke up with all the money in my pocket and a ton of cum in my mouth. So probably I did. That's the only way to get a "fuck you, you fucking fuck" shirt.
Shirt for shirt? No, I'll do shirt and dick sucking for shirt.
Yeah.
You drive a hard bargain.
I got an empty wallet, but also an empty mouth. Let me fill one of those up.
You wake up with that thing in your house, you're like, one of my brothers is dead. Something horrific has happened.
I want a shirt that says "hot dog" in it. That seems like a Dave Waite thing. Dave Waite probably owns that shirt.
Hot dogging it?
He
Yeah.
was
I
hot
think
dogging
that
for a
was
while.
a Dave expression for a little bit.
Hot dogging.
Yeah.
Hot dog. I can't do a Dave Waite impersonation. Some people can do really good ones.
Hey man, hey man,
Hey,
we
man.
hot dogging, man.
Hey, man.
hot
Hey,
dog
man.
you. Y'all
Yeah.
know hot dogs.
He's like an excited Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
yeah.
Did I ever tell you the crazy Dave Waite story? Oh, I don't know if I should tell this.
Okay.
You can bail at any moment. You're in charge here.
Well, I don't know how it makes. Okay, I'll tell a story later that is about somebody else.
They'll never crack this code. Now,
Now you have to tell like 9 stories so they don't know which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
which.
Pick one is true.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell a bunch of
Man,
lies.
Here we go. This is a Greg heavy episode immediately.
Well, that's my favorite kind of episode.
I had this friend, David Waitress. Now, let me tell you about him. Big news, by the way.
Yeah?
Big news. As everyone knows, this podcast I have been using as my personal platform to achieve a
Oh, yeah,
threesome.
we got to talk about this.
We're accepting applications,
excuse
me and
me.
Amy, at Airbud, EYRABUD, on Instagram. We had our first genuine application. This cool, beautiful listener applied. Amy was super into it. It was awesome. It's a geographical problem. Too far away.
How far?
They can't mail it in?
I don't want any details
understand.
given, but she's out west.
That's
so,
all I want to know. Okay.
So she's out west. So if we're ever traveling through that area, maybe. But it
Fly her in,
it was
man.
the best.
Fly her in.
She's very cool. Amy was super on board. They were talking. But keep these applications coming. This is a serious thing,
What?
people.
Fly her
I'm
in.
not joking. We want a threesome with a fan.
For sure. What?
We're going to lose all our fans.
Why?
He's going to fuck all our fans. And they're going to be like, well, I already had the best. What's more than a podcast? If you fuck one of the guys, it's like you don't listen anymore.
It all ramps up to fucking.
Yeah.
Right. So if once that's over, it's over. But all right, what's in the application, or what needs to be in the application?
Nothing. This woman simply said her first message was, "I'll apply."
Whoa,
and
very
I
erotic.
said, application accepted immediately.
You gotta vet these people, man.
I did. I looked at her pictures.
No, man. People put up a lot of fake pictures.
Yeah.
I don't have to vet shit because listen,
You
if
could
they're
hire
fake
a private
pictures
investigator.
and they show up and it's someone different from the pictures, guess what? Still a threesome. I don't care. Dogs can't type, so I don't have to worry about that.
Let me ask you this: if somebody
We don't know what's going on.
if somebody who, let's say, was in some kind of war or weapon thing where something exploded and they lost their bottom half, legs and all, is that a threesome or is that a 2.5-some? What makes it a threesome? Can you be a full person?
Yes,
Well,
that
that's
is
interesting. That's an interesting question.
question. To ask that question is very derogatory towards amputees, Greg.
Is it?
Yes, missing the number of limbs you have, or the
Like, ask the question.
the mass of your body does not make you a person.
What about half a brain?
What? Well, then you're a person that's got some. If you literally have half a brain, you're probably in a vegetative
Look,
state.
You're
I'm
saying,
going to agree with you.
Yeah, and I've got something too.
I'm sorry. I'm going to agree with you. I think what I said could be derogatory.
No,
sure.
no,
I'm moving
you
forward.
asked the
but-
question. You didn't state.
But
you
then I
didn't
have a
state it.
follow-up question.
Okay.
Then the word half a person does exist. What is a half a person? How would we define half a person?
Well, I would say those words exist.
Yeah.
The concept doesn't exactly exist.
Half a person?
Yeah, no.
as long as you're alive, you're a whole
Yeah, a
person?
mermaid.
So then we
A
can't have
mermaid.
abortions.
What?
Because that's half a person
No.
in the womb.
Yeah, that doesn't. I've never argued that a fetus is not a person.
That's not a person.
I've never argued that it's not. It is fine. It is.
But that's
I
what I'm
think a
saying.
woman has a right to get rid of it.
At some point, we go from fetus is not a person.
No,
0
I'm
person.
saying I'm not even on board with it
You're-
not being a
you're
person. I'm saying
there's
it
no
is a
bridge
person.
between no person.
We
and
never
full
get
person.
to half a person.
We never get to half a person.
Somewhere there's half a person, and people won't tell me where and when. And that's all I want to
Well,
know.
here's where I'm arguing with you.
What?
I don't think a fetus is not a person. That is a person.
Full person?
Yeah. It's
So you go from 0 person to full person?
yeah, that's a person, but that's a person that I'm fine with getting rid of
Yeah.
because they're not they haven't developed into a person with thoughts.
What do you mean
and
developed? There's
feelings.
no such thing as developed in your world. In your world, you don't develop. You go to 100%.
No.
Oh, I wasn't listening. You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
It got in late. It got in late.
That's okay.
The idea got in the party late.
But yeah, I mean to reinforce your point, if you don't have legs, that is fine. You can apply.
Yes.
You can apply.
But I would say half a person is just as good as a full person.
No such thing as half a person, except a minotaur or a mermaid.
Well, they are more half fish and half horse than they
Yeah.
are half person.
Right.
So
Well, you know what you
what's
never
up with
get.
that?
I don't know.
What is it with that?
I'll tell you what you never.
We got to do a podcast called "What's Up with That?"
You know what you never get.
What?
You never get a mermaid whose top half is a fish.
yeah, very true.
Where are those?
Very true,
They're all
man.
bottom half.
They are, but you don't refer to them as mermaids. Those are fish people.
Oh,
When you get a
right.
fish person walking around,
Yeah.
walking around on legs,
So you're
you don't even see them at all as a human.
Okay, so you're saying specifically a mermaid means the bottom half of is a fish.
Yeah.
And then anything else is a fish person.
See, what I want to get is half Bill Murray, half French lady who cleans your house, and then that's my mermaid. Top half is Bill Murray. That's Mur, and the bottom half, she's got a sweet little dress on with a little thong, thick legs. I like thick soccer legs. And
That's-
maybe nice toe ring.
That's like, did you ever have one of those like books when you were kind of like a preschooler where you flip the 1/3 of the page and you can make different combinations of
Yeah.
sort of monsters and stuff? That's what you are
Oh, I
describing.
remember those.
Yeah, those were fun.
See-
Those were fun. I'd like to get my hands on one of those now, but a porno version, so you could kind of flip. It'd be good for you,
Oh,
Greg.
yeah,
for my
This is
transgender.
actually your transgender
Yeah,
thing. This
yeah.
might work perfectly. You could,
Mm.
you start with the full woman. You slowly flip. She's got sort of maybe her clit's really big. You
Mhm.
flip the next page.
Yep.
A small penis.
Yep.
And
No, you
get
have to
there.
start with big penis. Big penis is better. This is what I found out about in my adventures.
Cool.
Is that when you have to start with a big nice dick, because little weird dicks are harder to have sex with because they're just so offensive. So you have to start big dick and then you flip to smaller, weirder penis, which actually then brings you back to woman. So it's like a nice little circle, and then you flip to dog, and then full dog. Yeah, you can have sex with a dog.
Don't have sex with dogs.
Don't,
was-
but you
wait.
could.
What was the what are they were they offensive, the little dicks?
Sorry.
You could hit. It's fine.
So have you traveled into the
Sure.
traveled into the world yet?
I've been in there.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. I think it's easier to masturbate to a beautiful woman who has with a rigid great dick than a beautiful woman who has one of these little weird noodle guys. The little weird guy, that freaks me out more. I like,
I see what you're
but
saying.
I could just be my preference.
Right.
Do you have a preference on penis?
No, I don't think so.
Do you?
Penis?
This is why we need a woman.
I would say, I mean, I don't. It's hard. I'm not that into it, so I don't really have so much of a preference. But I would say, from the little bit of transgender porn that I've watched, I do like a nice cock
Right?
on the woman, because then it's kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Like when that cock smokes a cigarette.
Yeah.
Has
Says,
opinions.
you can't
has
come in here.
opinions about the election.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm more of a Warren person.
I like when I look at a cock and it goes, "We don't serve your kind here, pal." Talking about droids. Yeah.
Now talking about the fish
Good
people
cleanup. Talking about droids.
and the mermaids.
Nice slick. You know.
That's what I was thinking about. Really, Star Wars. I love Star. That's all I think about now. Tell us about the merm people you're talking
This
about.
was always interesting to me. You guys familiar with a narwhal?
Of course.
You know, I think so.
So a narwhal,
They got a long horn.
yes,
Yep.
they look
Yep,
a bit like
there it
a
is.
bit like a beluga whale, those white whales, and then they have that long horn, kind of a mix of almost like a fucking seal kind of whale mixture, almost like a dolphin a little bit. Now, this is interesting. In the olden days, they would find these narwhal tusks washed up on beaches, right? And that's why they thought there was such a thing as unicorns.
Oh,
They
wow.
Wait,
thought-
narwhals are real?
Yeah, narwhals are real.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just blew my mind.
Yeah.
They look.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, and so they would
Nice.
find those tusks, which are actually very strange. They're one tooth that protrudes through their lip. It's very
Oh.
odd. But so they would find those, and that's where people speculate. I mean, when you're going
Unicorns.
this far back into history, you don't really know exactly what happened. But apparently that's what made them think there was such a thing as unicorns. They would find those and be like, oh, these are coming from horses. I don't know why they made that jump. But what's so crazy to me is that then they found out it was coming from a real thing that actually existed, and we're like, not that interesting.
Yeah.
The unicorns were cool. It's like, what? No, it's an even better thing.
Yeah.
It's a fish. It swims. It's as majestic as a unicorn,
Even
and
more
you're
magical.
disappointed. No, these magical creatures don't
Also,
exist.
we have unicorns, okay? They're called rhinoceroses.
Yeah.
All right? Respect what we already got.
Yeah, or like
True, they're
gazelles.
just
Even
fat.
there's those things
They're
with
just fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one in real life?
A rhinoceros.
Like in person?
They're huge.
They're like dinosaurs for real.
Yeah. It's something, man.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with like when you're saying we have unicorns, they're called rhinoceros. It's the same thing with like when people are like, "Man, we're in the future. I thought we'd have flying cars by now." It's like, oh, you mean you thought there'd be like a 4 to 6 passenger thing that flew by now? Yeah, it's called a helicopter.
Yeah, we have an
We
airplane.
have them. It just turns out they're hard to
Yeah.
drive. Like
Also-
you just want a flying car that looks like a car and is easy.
Yeah.
Like we have flying cars. They're helicopters.
Also, we have LSD. You want to fly? You want to do crazy shit? Oh, you can't get in a car, but you can go to a world that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You can go to a place where colors have
Yeah.
emotions. That's better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. We don't have time travel. Go to Qatar.
Yeah. I want to go back to something real quick because my mind, as you were talking to me, I was working numbers in the back of my head, right? Because I was like, well, why is it offensive to say half a person, right? Because then they get. But here's the thing: I have met and have known people who were half people for working in the ER,
Okay.
and who were great people. And I'm like, I still love you the most. Being half a person doesn't make me love you or respect you more or less, because I know full people. I know people who not only have full bodies, are rich and have so many accessories and have many backpacks and things, and I hate them. You know what I mean? So being full or half of a person has nothing to do with how good you are.
A lot of back.
Nobody said it has anything nobody's point was that it has to do with how good you are.
You
It's
brought up
the-
this point
Yeah.
to argue with yourself about.
Yeah.
No
It's-
one had mentioned
it's-
any of this. You brought this up, and now you're countersuing yourself in a
Yeah.
way.
No.
Then you brought up backpacks, which you glossed over, which I'd like to spend more time on.
And we will on the Patreon. That's what I have planned for the Patreon. It's called Backpack Talk 2000. We talk about all 2,000 backpacks my friend Greg had.
You know all
Not
these
me, Greg, another
great
guy.
rich people who are full people, and they have backpacks.
Yeah, so many.
No
That
one-
makes you more of a person. You're adding to your body.
No one said, Greg. No one argued. No one argued that the issue with half people is that you personally don't like them. That's
brought
what
it up.
the issue is. Don't call them half people.
Why? Here's the thing.
Because I think they consider themselves a person.
I'm
They
still
are a
so
person.
unclear as to what a half person is.
A full person, I think, has all the limbs.
Okay.
Right?
All right, we'll start there.
Well, we have to say what is a person, and that's when you get into the religious shit again.
All right, let's
which
just
I don't want to go down.
hang on to what constitutes a full person to you, and then we'll move on to what constitutes a fuller person and then a half a person.
If you walk out of surgery and they said I
Yes.
had my appendix taken out,
Okay.
I go, well, then you're not a full man anymore.
You're 8/9.
You're 8/9 of a person. You have
Okay.
no appendix. If you spit, I go, you lost some of humanity right there. Okay.
But if you eat food, but you have to
Wow.
be eating another man. If
No.
you eat, so Jeffrey Dahmer
Yes.
is the ultimate person.
Oh, my
He's the
God.
fullest person.
Yeah, he's a man's man. We should put him on a Marlboro cigarettes campaign, eating a human foot. Like, you want to be a real man? Add more man to you.
Well, all the money goes to his estate.
I would say if you're driving a cement truck full of body parts, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Because it has to be certain. You has to be in you, a part of you.
And these are all. This isn't. We're not talking. This is God's law. This is Greg's law.
God doesn't exist. Greg exists.
Yeah. Okay. Great. But what I mean by what I mean by that is the definition that the government goes with. Right?
Well, I
You
guess
know
what I'd
what I
like
mean?
to
No,
decide
I
is-
don't know what you mean. The government has no definition of. The last time the government had a definition of fractions of people was when they fucking, I believe, I don't know, Harumi, back me up on this, when they stopped defining an African American as 3/5 of a person.
Yeah.
They were in the fractional business
Yeah, but
for
they
a
were
while.
full people. They had arms, legs,
Yes,
teeth.
they were full people.
Yeah. So they made a mistake.
That's their problem.
The government made a mistake
This
in
is
that
an
case.
impossible argument. A person who's been amputated at the waist is a person. They're just a
They're a
person.
person.
They're not
but
half
they're not
a person.
full person.
Yes, they are. They're a full person. They're
But I give-
physically.
Yes, physically, half
They're
person.
disabled. Physically, they
I wouldn't say disabled. I would say able differently. They could probably do other things better. You don't know what
Differently
those things
able,
are.
yes.
Because
I
if
would
you're
say
funny,
weirdly abled.
you can be you can be funnier than someone with no legs.
You're right. Differently
And also,
able.
what does funny even mean?
But I think this idea, and I know it's partly in jest, but I think this idea of them being half people, it's offensive. I would be
Well,
offended
it's in
if
jest.
all of a sudden I got my
You farted.
leg.
Shit.
If I
I
got
know.
my leg
It's horrible.
and
Yeah.
my arm
Have to
amputated,
poop.
and you started calling me half a person, I would say, Greg, as a friend, I want you to
But why
acknowledge.
would you be
I'm
mad?
because
Why is half a person considered less than being a full person?
because one is greater than 0.5.
I would argue this. I would argue if you had a cow in my living room, I would be furious. If you put a filet mignon in front of me, I would be happy. A filet mignon is but only 1/90th of a cow.
This is not. This is like arguing with.
We gotta get this guy in a college philosophy class.
You,
And watch a teacher shoot himself in front of everyone.
you
angry.
would you should have been on the high school debate team because every victory would just be a win
Victory
by forfeit. The
Yeah.
other team would just say, "This is crazy."
Victory
Yeah.
by
What i-
walkout.
I'm
what is he
exhausted.
saying?
I'm
Yeah.
exhausted. Why are we talking about steak now?
Yeah.
And who brought this up?
Yeah.
Are you not following the logic here?
No, I am.
And I'd like to pause and just say, but this is why humor exists, so that you can have, because we can't have a debate about who's a real person, who's not, in a serious conversation, because then people get mad. But if you do it through jokes, then you can find new places to live and new things to talk about with all while still being, by still talking about it.
Right.
Through funniness.
This will be this is a great origin of your TED Talk that you give on humor from the half a person argument on the
Yes.
podcast.
half a physical person, fine. But is half a person less than a real person? No.
Now,
The term implies such. That's why I think
That's
I
not
think
my
we're
problem.
I think we're arguing about words. We're arguing about words here. Now, I agree with you that physically that person is less mass, less body parts than a person who does not have those amputations or those defects.
Yeah.
But in terms of what you would call them, I think it's offensive to call them half a person.
Well, then let me throw this down your throat and hope it jiggles around.
Okay.
If you cut half a person, right? Yes, they're half a person. Then they get machine legs. Now I go, well, you're half machine, and they go, yeah, but you're no machine. God, that's better.
that's what my question was going
Right?
to be. If you have a metal attached to you, then what do you become?
You're
do you
ha-
stay
you're
half a person, or now do you become half machine, or this other word mashup thing?
Yeah, and that's better. And then you get a gun for a hand.
Yeah, but now you're into cyborgs.
Yes. And isn't that offensive? If you said to someone, hey, man, you're a cyborg, you go, no, I'm a man. No, you're a cyborg.
How about it? I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we all
Okay, yeah,
know that.
everyone can smell that.
Well, that's the issue with the headphones. With the headphones, you can't hear them, so you get no heads up about what's coming your way.
What good would a heads up go? I'm stuck in a fucking
Brace
corner.
your nostrils.
My nostrils don't.
Can we vote Dan into Anthony's chair for now? We just go three-way, or is Dan against that?
He's got to
We
work.
don't care
his
about
board.
the board for the next minute until Anthony takes a shit. Also, what happened to Anthony's camera? Why is he all foggy? I know that's not you.
I'll
that's
be
them.
I'll be quick because
Dude,
this thing is
leave.
right on
It
the brink.
smells.
Get out
No,
of
I know.
here!
bad.
Don't keep
Please
coming
light a
back.
candle.
He's
It's
mid.
open.
He's mid shitting.
Oh, God,
coming
everyone go to
back.
the mouth.
He's literally. He starts a shit before he gets to the bathroom.
Oh my God! Don't breathe. Yeah.
I can't.
Hang on.
Jesus
Hang on.
Christ! He shit his pants. That's not a fart smell. That's now. Greg's going to get a candle. I have got to hold down this whole thing by my goddamn self because Anthony did a toxic fart. Greg's breathing air. Don't open the door while you're shitting, you fuck! Jesus Christ! Dan, it's never smelled worse in here, and now I'm running a solo podcast because Greg's on shit patrol. What joke do you have? Anthony has said, yelled from the bathroom, I'm dropping off half a person right now. What? I'm not doing it in your voice, your tone. Shut the fucking door and shit. Don't shit with the door open. It makes me uncomfortable. Guys, so here I am by myself. Harumi, thanks for sitting in.
It's only one camera going, so we don't have to, switch around too much.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that you come to do a podcast, you're having a classic half a person debate, and a guy shits his fucking pants just with no shame.
Not to mention, we waited like 20 minutes to start the podcast. He had so much time to shit.
Oh, so much time to shit.
Well, that 20 minutes we were pep talking him. So to be
That's
fair,
true.
he couldn't have shit during
That's
that.
why he's all worked up like this.
Yeah. Well, he's got anal problems, I think. Is that fair to say, Anthony? You've got anal.
No, Anthony, finish shitting. Don't talk to him. You can talk when you get back.
Yeah, Jesus.
Did you
Christ.
hear his joke? He went, "Let me do it." He goes,
Yeah.
I'm dropping off half a person right now. Sit down, Dan.
Yeah, I heard the joke.
Oh, it smells so bad. Shut the door.
Shut the goddamn door.
Yeah, just breathe right out. Harumi's got his face right in that
Right
candle.
in
It's the
that
only way to
candle.
survive.
You literally have to burn your face.
Dude,
to
it's so
survive in
bad.
here. I mean, he shit his pants, Greg. That was not a.
Even if I shit my pants, it doesn't smell that bad.
No.
He ruined my house.
Do you ever know, like, a guy? Shut up! Shut up! He just keeps opening the door and yelling things from the bathroom.
Because in such a confident voice, he keeps opening the door going, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm doing.
Do you ever know a guy, I mean, other than yourself, that tells the craziest, most outrageous lies and then just will stick by them no matter what? And
Yeah.
You know that kind of guy? I had a friend in college who claimed and just refused to ever admit this was a nonsense story.
Mm-hmm.
He claimed to have farted so badly that his family had to go to a hotel for the night. And I swear to God, and he told it as a true story, and we were all like, no, that didn't happen.
I
And
can see it happening,
He
though.
stood by it through thick and thin, claimed that.
Turn the light on so the fucking fan goes on.
Yeah, turn the light on so the fan goes on. Jesus Christ, it's unlivable. Don't open the door. This is
Right, Harumi?
fucking.
This isn't me. This is we can all feel this, right?
No, the candle's helping a little bit,
not
and I'm
really
over by
helping.
the window. I'm by the window. Yeah, give me a sniff of that candle. Give me a sniff. I need a sniff. This is like
It's supposed to burn the hydrogen out of the air.
this is like when you need to, those people that work around bad smelling stuff. They put stuff under their nose.
Smelling sticks.
Yeah,
We gotta get some smell sticks.
they put like ammonium under their nose or some shit.
Can I tell you about a lie I told over the weekend?
Yeah.
There's this picture. I'll post it on the thing. It's on my Instagram right now. There's this painting at the comedy club. It's this bald man with a mustache, and there's like they painted like weird like circles in the back and stuff. And Chad Daniels and the manager were all trying to figure out who this guy was.
Yeah.
And I went, "What are you talking about, man? That's Jimmy Kincaid." And they were like, "Jimmy Kincaid?" I was like, "Jimmy Kincaid, the Seltzer Boy. Everyone knows Jimmy Kincaid, Seltzer Boy."
Yeah.
And they were like, "I don't know if I remember Jimmy Kincaid, Seltzer Boy." And in my brain, I go, "Oh, you guys don't know me. You don't know that this is a lie."
Yeah.
And I went, "Let's see how far we can go."
Right.
And I went, Jimmy Kincaid, the Seltzer Boy, was on stage, and he would shoot seltzer at the crowd. That was like his big bit.
Right.
But he got so big that people would bring seltzer to the shows and shoot water back at him, but they had a hot mic, electrocuted him, killed him. And they were like, "Oh, my God." And I was like, "Yeah." And the crowd didn't even know he was dead, so no one called an ambulance. And they were like, and I went, "Guys, I'm lying. I'm lying. You don't think you would have heard about Jimmy Kincaid, the Seltzer Boy, until today? That would be comedy lure."
Also, you think that was a viable act? That you just go up there and shoot seltzer at people? You're believing that was a draw?
Yeah.
We got to see Jimmy.
Yeah.
I hope he's got some new ways of shooting that seltzer in my face this year.
Also, I gotta say, if you're a comedy fan and you don't know Chad Daniels, we can both attest. I just want to say he's literally, I would say, top 5 working comedians.
He's fantastic. Chad
Top 3. He's like one of the funniest people ever lived.
Phenomenal.
And literally, you can feel safe because he's the nicest guy I ever worked with. You know, sometimes you watch comedians and you're like, "Oh, I wonder if they're nice or not." Like, he was so kind.
He's great. He's great. I love him. I love Chad Daniels.
That it was.
Anthony's back
I don't know,
after he
I don't want him back.
don't close that door. Don't close
Because
that
I don't know
door.
what brought you brought with you.
You committed
I-
a fucking crime, is what you did in here.
Lock me up. I made your house better.
No, man.
Can I say why?
Sure.
Okay. Now it is more resilient.
It's lived through some shit. Yeah, but my house now has PTSD from you. It's
Yeah.
every time I go to bed, it's gonna shake.
Live through some shit, all right.
Is that an earthquake? No, my house gets the shakes every time an Italian boy walks near. It's like, he's not coming in here, is he? They do bad things to you.
An Italian man.
Let me pose a question
Only a half
to
hour
you
in.
guys
Yeah.
that I've often considered
Uh-huh.
that I don't quite understand.
Okay.
Right? So we have these sewers that run beneath our streets, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And there's just open storm drains every, I don't know, 50 feet or so,
Sure.
maybe less,
Yeah.
going down into those sewers. Why are the streets not constantly reeking of shit?
Look, I got to be honest. And Anthony, I don't know if you wanted to jump on that, but I've had this debate, right? Because I don't think that that's really all just. I think that there's like pipings or things. I don't think that the shit's just willy nilly out
Yeah,
there.
those
I don't
storm
know.
drains don't lead to the sewage system.
I think they do.
No, those you put the bad people in there. They're jails.
What?
They're jails.
No,
That's-
I don't want to talk. I want you to keep
Yeah.
talking.
Well, our prison system is flooded as it is, and
Oh,
sometimes
so why not
there-
put them in the real floods?
Yep. That's what they do. There's a certain brand of criminal. Well, you know how there's a juvenile detention,
Mm-hmm.
and then you know how there's adult jail.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yes.
Now, not every crime constitutes going to adult jail, so they'll put them in there for a little while.
In where? Describe now.
Those
'cause I'm
little
not-
thingies.
So the storm drains.
Yep.
Not the sewer. The storm drains are
They
in
don't
fact.
connect.
So they're just prisons. That's why there's those bars. Now, if I can take a wild stab in the dark, Greg, I think
Sure.
he just thought of a storm drain, realized there's bars on them, and decided they were a prison.
Yeah. I don't care. That's how we get facts here.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we talked about what a half a person is for about 30 minutes.
Now,
Which I still don't think we got to the bottom of. And I think people are going to email me mad because they don't
I
get the
think
point that half a person and a full person is equal.
If you want to know the moment in our podcast where a guy tries to get his girlfriend on board with our podcast and she goes, absolutely not, it was this episode for the first 30 minutes.
but what brand?
Sorry.
We can go back
I
to
just
storm
have to
drains.
go ahead and say, you could say, because then someone goes, hey, you're a half man. You go, yeah, I'm half man, but I'm half amazing. So I'm 100% something, baby. You know what I mean? Like, sure, you're half a man, but you're 50% something else. And then you get to decide.
Yeah, amazing is a concept, though.
Yeah.
Well, funny is a concept.
I think you can say this
Sure.
yourself, but I guess going back to the point is I just wouldn't call them half people.
Well, I'll say this. When you tweet at me and you want to introduce yourself, tell me how much of a person you are. Say I'm 1/8 person, but 100% ready to fuck that ass, baby.
Let me tell you something. 1/8 of a person,
Yeah.
not capable of tweeting.
What if they're just
What-
fingers
what
dancing
it-
around
yeah,
on a
what-
machine?
Like
Great
Cousin
question.
It?
Cousin It.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
where
no.
does Cousin It fall into
Oh,
the
no,
ranks of all this?
wait,
Cousin It?
yeah.
Yeah, that guy's
Not
one,
Cousin
2,
It.
3.
The
The
hand.
hand, yeah.
We're thinking
sorry.
of the
thing.
hand.
The thing?
The thing,
The
yeah.
thing.
What's
Yeah.
the name of the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it should be named the hand. Why is his name Thing? I know what that thing
Because
is.
a hand,
it's a hand.
because you're going to think that's a person. But when you're so little of a person, you're not a person.
I'll,
You know what I mean? You don't call a
Finally-
glove a hand.
on
It's
this,
just a
I can
glove.
agree with you. That is not a person. If you're just a hand, you're no longer a person.
But it has emotions.
No, it doesn't.
If in the show it did.
In the show, it did.
Thing it did.
It
So
did.
I would say it's a full man. Oh,
So the
wow.
thing is
I'm
a
the-
full man,
full
but this
man.
goes against every...
Everything you've been
Thing you-
saying.
No, because I'm being
Yeah.
sarcastic to show you guys how idiotic you are with your argument of saying a full person is a man who's just, with just a brain, an operational brain, and legs and arms.
So Kruger, what was the guy's name in Ninja Turtles?
Freddy Krueger.
No, but...
Krang.
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 Yeah. So what do you consider him?
See, he went off. See, this is what you got to do when you're when you're only a brain.
Yeah.
You go out and you use your finances to make you a full person. He bought a full body.
So you consider him a full person?
He had all the things.
I don't know. Now, you would know this more maybe from the
He was an
comic
alien.
books. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think Krang
Was
was
he?
ever a person. He
Krang's
was
an alien.
An alien, yeah.
Did
'cause
they
that-
cover that in the show?
Yes. That's where different Ninja Turtles. All those monsters and aliens came from. It's not the negative zone. I can't remember what zone they were from, but that's where they all came from. Krang's planet of monsters.
Well, not all of
Oh, I
them.
thought
they
Not
were
all of them, because Bebop and
Yeah.
Rocksteady were mutant, much like
They were
the
humans.
Ninja Turtles.
Right.
yeah,
Rhinoceros.
but
No, they weren't. They weren't humans. They were animals that
Those
got
were
mutated.
animals.
no, they went from half. They were both.
No. They were animals that got mutated like the Ninja Turtles.
I want to
Rumors on
argue
it,
that I'm
man.
not 100% sure.
Yeah, Bebop and Rocksteady were animals.
They were,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
No, they were two
animals.
street crooks who got mutated combined with animals.
Oh,
This
this
sounds
this
right.
does
That's
sound
like
Yeah,
familiar.
this is absolutely right.
This
Yeah,
could
but
be
General
familiar.
Trag.
They didn't break into the zoo and get the
Yeah.
get the squirreliest rhinoceros they could find. I
Yeah.
think this one will do crimes.
No, they were street crooks. But then General Stag, I believe, or Captain Rex, or there was a dinosaur man, Triceraton. He was general of the dinosaur human army on planet Mars or Planet X or some shit.
Dimension X.
Dimension X. I
Dimension
couldn't
X.
remember. Ninja Turtles were cool, dude.
They were pretty cool.
They've lasted, man. That's pretty crazy that they've withstood this long. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like when I thought they would be like, "Oh, this is what we had Ninja Turtles." No, the next generation has Ninja Turtles, and the following generation has Ninja Turtles. Everybody has them.
Dude, there's been Ninja
Pretty
Turtles
cool.
since we started, and they've evolved.
Yeah.
The whole time. Nickelodeon. That's why my Ninja Turtle joke always kills, because everyone relates.
well, think about.
Yeah,
I
it does
mean,
it's a B plus.
but
joke.
but I mean, the Ninja Turtles aren't even the height of that example. Like
What?
take
Take Notaro?
No, take like
You call Dignataro a Ninja Turtle? I don't
Bat-
even know if that's insulting.
Bat-
It might be complimentary.
Batman far predates the Ninja Turtles. You know,
True.
So is
Eh,
Jesus.
And
Also,
Jesus has
very
been
true.
around. Okay, who?
Hang on, I'm sorry I have to interrupt. This is the most important thing I've ever said. Has there ever been a rapper, G-ZUS, Jesus, like the ultimate G?
I mean, I'm sure, man.
All right, back to what Brendan was saying. I just
But
wanted
maybe
to.
no.
Okay, is there
We'll
any
take a look at the database.
celebrity that has stood the test of time longer than Jesus?
Marlon Brando.
I don't think there
Roman
is.
Polanski. He was one of the people who said to shut down Pontius Pilate's real name was Roman Polanski. Jesus, show the camera that.
Oh, wow.
Hell
Oh, there
yeah.
is a rapper
Of
named
course.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. What city is he
Can
terrorizing?
you play? Can you get up? Can you get a? Can you play
Do we
a?
know?
Can you play a Jesus song into the mic? Because I'm pretty sure
No,
that's
that'll get us
it's not.
taken off.
Oh yeah, Jesus is right on top of his copyright law.
That's the thing. They're not anymore. They just upload them to these things, and then everyone can come get you.
Well, you know what? You know what fucking infuriated me?
What? Tita?
So my my Seth Meyers clip
Mm-hmm.
can't be uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have YouTube has content ID,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is so it's not that like there's not just somebody looking around for copyright violations. It's you put it into a thing and YouTube automatically searches it
Mm-hmm.
and finds it. So if I post my Seth Meyers clip, which is available nowhere by the way, it's not on the NBC website, it's not on Seth Meyers YouTube.
Too hot for TV, huh, bro?
If I post it, it gets immediate copyright violation.
Yeah.
So, what do? Who's my computer guy?
Well, how do you do it?
No, I said who's my computer guy?
Who's your computer guy?
Yeah.
Do we have to guess?
Yes.
Mike?
Harumi.
Best Buy.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I get in touch with Harumi.
Yeah.
Harumi puts some work in, does everything you can do to get around these things. You know, you speed it up a tiny little bit, you
Yeah,
mirror it, you
Yeah.
crop it, everything. This
Yeah.
guy's doing a million things in my video, nothing. Can't get through. This thing's copyright locked down.
Well, that's because you went to the wrong guy. No offense to Rumi. Man is the king of technology. But you need to go to Greg, Mr. Outside of a Box. Am I in a box right now? I haven't been in a box since my opening night. What you want to do here is...
Hang on. That's what you call your birth
Yeah.
opening night. What a man of the stage. I like that as my opening night. First scene, wow.
Also, there's two great things in that statement. A, he called his birth his opening night. B, he was in a box on his opening night.
Hell yeah, so
I
I
don't-
don't pussy.
Yeah, man.
Pussy's a box,
Fucking
bro.
You guys call a puss, bro.
Yeah.
Puss, bro. Puss Z. I wonder if that's a guy, a rapper. P-U-S-Z. Puss
Harumi,
Z.
let's find out. Spin that wheel. That's kind of a fun show.
Yeah.
Is
that
this a
wheel.
rapper?
Spin that wheel. That's what we got to do. That's a fun game we can play on the Patreon. We'll all try to guess the rappers, and Rumi has to look them up and tell if they are. If they aren't, if they are, you get a point.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
we can do
okay.
that. I feel like we've been already.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, but let me say this
Why
about how
don't
we.
you want to do it? You can finish the copyright story.
That
No,
was it. I
but I
can't
don't-
get it up there. Now Greg's got a solution for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
what you
yeah.
got to do is you take
Nothing left.
you do all the material, and we just film it here in the studio.
Well, that doesn't help. I wanted. It's a professional.
No, but we do at the
TV
bottom.
set.
We put the bottom reenactment, like they do like murder videos.
Yeah, this is
we do a
great.
reenactment
This is
of your
great.
Seth Meyers.
That's
Anthony
hilarious,
can
man.
dress up as Seth Meyers. We do the whole thing as, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Seth Meyers.
This-
They took it off, so I wanted to do it a reenactment.
This is such a funny idea.
I'll play you. You be in the crowd.
Yeah.
You could play me because I was in the crowd.
A great idea.
Yeah.
Really. For
Hi,
real.
I'm Seth Meyers, and our next performer he's back in black. He's the winner of Kings, and you could do all the things you want.
Well, I can't say I don't love it.
Yeah.
I
this
can't
is-
say I don't love it. Now,
Harumi, pussy.
so what I finally did is
Yeah,
No,
how'd you
no.
get around this, man?
Pussy. This is pussy. You just like that is. You have to show the camera.
Doctor, that's his name.
It's-
USG.
That's just a kind of lab coat with a smile.
wait, it's just a doctor named Pussy?
That's
Well, I
pussy.
mean, it's just like a Croatian name.
Yeah.
USG.
That's a
Croatian name.
gynecologist if I ever saw one.
Yeah. So finally, I just emailed licensing
Yeah.
at NBC, and I was like, and I told them the situation. I was like, no one's going to respond to this.
No.
I was like, there's no way anyone responds to
Come
this.
on.
I told them the situation. Immediately get an email back. Just no way. Immediately,
Wow.
within 5 minutes,
Wow.
you absolutely cannot post that. It's just
Wow.
like, because
I bet I know why.
I know why. Because it's a
All right, well, you go
bureaucracy. It's a big company.
Yeah.
So like, stand up is sort of a unique situation where I just want to post me. But like for the most part, they're dealing with people. They have to have a policy. Anything else you would be posting from NBC would be like a clip of a show. You know, like stand up is is 1/1000th of their one 10,000th.
I would
their
say
content.
half of their content,
You'd be wrong.
but less than half. Now I want to say this. I can tell you why. Because they're cowards. Now let me explain. They're like, if I put up this stand-up comedian and then turns out he goes out masturbating in front of neighbors who are elderly, now they have to, people go, hey, you love this guy.
Well, no, I asked to put it up on my own.
Yeah, they don't want any evidence of any comedian they've had on because of the filth that comedians
but
are
that's
doing.
not true, because since then, I just happened to do it before the time when they embraced
like
YouTube.
Stavros.
Why are you bringing Stavros
answer
into
him
it?
honestly?
I love
He's
Stavros.
saying
What?
He said they don't want to have him on because they're afraid this guy in the future might masturbate in front of the elderly.
Yeah.
And that's why we can't let you post your own video.
That's what Stavros does.
Why are you saying this about Stavros?
Because I'm trying to start internet beef.
Just popping off.
Popping off, bro.
Popping off.
Wow.
Stavros masturbates in front of elderly women.
We love Stav, but
mean,
if that's what you're trying to do.
That's what I say is a good thing about him.
Yeah. How old are we talking? 33?
What, how elderly?
Yeah. 35?
What are you talking about? He digs up bodies.
that
ask
shouldn't
him.
be illegal.
The Greeks are a wild bunch.
Just kidding.
All right.
I watched a show yesterday where Stavros was the boyfriend. Oh, I started watching Schitt's Creek. You
Oh,
told me it was good.
it's funny.
And I was like, I didn't like it. And then I said, I trust Anthony.
She's so.
I'm gonna try it again.
She's
How you have to go in it.
Unbelievable.
You can't go in it looking for Eugene Levy because he's going to deliver half a performance.
He's kind of a straight man. He's half a performance.
But Catherine O'Hare is going to give you a performance and a half.
Oh man,
She's so goddamn good. See you later,
performance of the
Brendan.
decade.
Oh, there goes Thing.
Now, do
The
you
other
have
thing.
You're.
Are you mad that we stopped talking to you?
You get more.
You don't have to
water.
whisper. You can talk it out loud. You don't have a microphone
Yeah.
on. He's going to get some water. I think he's
would
mad at me because
love
I've been
that
ignoring
so
him.
much. But when you come back, you're an essential part of this week's Anthony's Corner.
Who, me?
Yeah.
You want me to come back mentally?
No,
I've been here the whole time.
I was talking to Brendan.
We have to talk about how your shit was so bad before that I'm worried about you. You're worried about your sets. You should be worried about the smell coming out of your ass. That's something you need to worry about. The crowd didn't laugh. That's okay. You know what you should worry about is you're making people cry when you go in the toilet.
First of all, I'm
Change
not
your diet.
worried about my sets. That implies weakness. And
You're
that's
goddamn
something
right.
I have very little of.
That's my boy who I
I'm
raised.
determined
from a
about
child.
my sets.
Yeah. Maybe.
Second, about my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Are you still plant-based?
I'm still maybe I'm too plant-based.
Yeah.
You know what I've started? I'm just starting to take things right out of people's gardens. I'm gone so plant-based, it could be too much.
See, I'm different. I'm plant-based, but I go from a uranium plant. The power plant. I'm power plant. I eat people's lunch in the power plant.
That's a joke that will work, I think, on the road. I think. But then I also think that people don't know what plant... That's a joke for no one, I think. I'm plant-based, all right.
That's
Fucking
a joke for no one.
nuclear power plant, and everyone's confused. The people that know plant-based go, that's too dumb.
I only
And
eat
then the
shit in
other
Chernobyl.
people, they go, what's plant-based? I hate this guy.
Yeah.
Thank you
Give
so
Anthony
much.
water.
Thank
Instead of trying to hug him, you just give him a glass of water. That's what I now am doing. He
That's what
likes
you
it
do.
better.
That's what you do with athletes. I said that before.
Yeah.
You don't hug an athlete. You give him water. That's
Put the
what they
water
know is
on the
affection.
table, not near the electronic equipment that you love to do.
Hit us with this Anthony's
What
Corner.
are you talking about? You want me to put the water in? That's closer to the There's no electronic equipment
See
here.
what I got, man?
Only out of plugged light bulbs.
That's Clone Captain Rex.
Captain Rex, pretty cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Hit us with this Anthony's Corner.
Oh, okay. We got a good one today.
That's a good one. I can't wait to open them later.
All right. So for Anthony's Corner, we're going to do another. I'm big on these
Is it
scenes
plant-based?
lately. Yeah, this is. Well, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not actually. Very
Could
good question.
be. I'm gonna say it is plant-based. Just make it happen in a power plant, like I said. Did you come up with an
Rewrite
environment?
the whole goddamn thing now.
Well, did you write environment on there?
Yeah, it's
All right,
called
then.
Vito's Deli.
Oh, perfect. I fucked up.
Can
Can it be a deli in a power plant?
Sure, man. It could be a deli. This is a deli inside of a power plant.
Great.
So keep that in mind when you're doing things.
Why are you taking notes? Well, this is
What do you mean?
bullshit. Then I get to do a note.
Yeah,
I
do
don't
know.
want it to be in a power plant.
Well, no longer.
I
in a
wouldn't
power
go to a
plant.
deli in a power plant.
What if we flip for it?
Flip for it. Good idea.
I don't know.
Okay, anyone got a coin?
Nah, just do the fucking power plant.
Okay, great. So, Greg, you play Vito. You're a
right.
deli owner inside of a power plant. Let's all
Perfect.
keep that in mind.
Perfect.
Everything reminds you of your upbringing in the Bronx.
It's too easy.
So you can't get around to even giving customers sandwiches because everything, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I do, but I don't like when you cage me so much.
You don't have to be caged that much. I gave you one direction. You're calling that caging.
Yes.
One note. Wow, do you feel stifled?
Yeah.
And the second note you came up with.
I'm caging myself.
Great.
Like those children at the border. That's what
Now-
I've been saying.
Now, Brendan, you've got options because I want you to feel
These immigrants are putting themselves in cages.
Well, no getting around that. How are you going to fix that with a droid comment? So,
what's a
Brendan, you can
cage?
either be Jimmy Bonobos or Officer Kelly. I'll give you descriptions for each, and
Thank
you tell
you,
me which
yes.
one you like better. Jimmy Bonobos is going to jail tomorrow, and all he wants is a roast beef sandwich.
Great.
Officer Kelly is cheating on his wife and doesn't want anyone to know, but he kind of does.
I'll be. I'll be. Ooh, I think I'm gonna be.
I wrote this for you to be Officer Kelly, but you can.
I'll be
Jimmy.
Officer Kelly
Okay, great.
then.
And then Harumi, you
bell?
play yourself. You're in the background of this deli. You're working on your computer, and
Always is.
you're secretly a mass murderer.
Got it.
Yeah, it didn't take long for him to get it.
Yeah, that's.
You know?
Uh-huh.
If you know what I mean?
Okay, so I am Jimmy Bonobos, and you are Officer Kelly, and you are Vito, and this is Vito's Deli.
Hey, who are you?
Jimmy Bonobos.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Vito, Jimmy Benito. Welcome to my deli.
Thank you. This looks like a great place. I don't know what I'll have, though.
Well,
what do you recommend?
I'll
I know
recommend.
what I want.
Well, first you gotta take some of these iodine pills, just in case.
Oh, this is a power plant. Of course, I will do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want you to get radiation.
Can I ask you this, Vito?
Mm-hmm.
Are these iodine pills? This I gotta pay for this, or this is on the house?
No, everyone has to take them legally by law. We get. Yeah, it's legal. We get stipends from the government so that I can supply them for everyone.
I'll tell you what I think is very important.
What?
For a man's life. Officer Kelly.
Who's this
by the way.
guy?
It's Officer Kelly. Read his
Officer
badge.
Kelly.
Okay, cool.
Says it right on his badge.
Yeah,
my eyes
in
aren't
life, you have got to be, under no circumstances, you have 100% have to be faithful to your wife.
Sure.
And that goes without saying, and
Mm-hmm.
I announce that everywhere I go. Now, what are any specials today, or what's the situation?
Well, yeah, we got a lot of specials, but I want to get into this faithful to your wife thing. Because what
Yeah,
is
why'd you say
I
that
always
out of
say
nowhere?
what is faithful, right? I say the same thing. What is faithful? What is a cage? You know what I mean? Because these kids who are coming over on the borders, they're in their own mental cages. So I say they're double cages. I say you put a kid in a cage, you put your brain in a cage, and when are you free? When you free your mind. You know what I mean? So I say I don't really care. I'm voting for whoever.
Wow, if this is your approach to life, can't imagine your approach to sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Think of something that made me think about for you.
Oh no, I've thought about it for a lifetime. I uncage my brain.
Now, Officer Kelly, you're a man of the law. Where do you fall on this cage stance?
The thing about a cage is, a lot of people they'll say to me, isn't marriage a cage?
Yes.
Aren't you trapped with the same vagina your entire life?
Yes.
And yeah, you are, but you got to be. And don't ask people where they were. If they're working late, they're working late. Don't ask questions about that sort of thing. Now, tell me again about this caged kid sandwich you got
So I'm
going
going to tell you
special
about the
today.
Cage Kid sandwich after I talk a little bit about what he's talking about. When my wife came in the house,
Oh, yeah.
she saw me sitting there with a bunch of lolly-dollies, you know?
Nope.
Couple redheaded.
No, I don't know. What is a lolly dolly?
A
This
lolly-
guy doesn't know what a lolly dolly is.
It's the kind of woman you can have for a fair price.
Fair is the key word there.
Fair.
Yeah, unpack it a little bit for me.
I don't. 500's too much.
Yeah.
200's too little. You know, you don't want to go too little. People say don't pay a lot for a prostitute. I say if you're paying too little, that's the problem. That's how you catch, roast beef dick. We call that here. That's actually the number 3, roast beef dick. Yeah. Reminds me of something I caught once. So when my wife comes in, she says, "You're cheating." I say, "I've uncaged the beast." Right? Officer
what-
Kelly, would you arrest me for such things?
Prostitution is against the law, but the thing about I do have to chime in here and say, aren't you supposed to be in jail, Bonobos?
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of cages,
Yeah.
I'm going to jail tomorrow.
And
Yes.
I'm no big stickler or anything, but I thought you were supposed to be locked up.
Yeah, well, I am going to jail tomorrow. The only thing on my mind is a sandwich from the great Vito's Deli.
Well, it's on the house today. Your freedom is being taken away. Actually, it's not in the house because, again, I don't believe your freedom is being taken away because you're going into a cage. But as long as your mind is free, your soul is free.
Nelson Mandela.
Did he say that?
I don't know, but I think that he was about that sort of thing.
I don't know him. I only know people who work in here in the plant. I haven't left the plant. But I have another question.
Plant-based. Are you plant-based?
I'm plant-based deli. I'm a plant-based man.
Yeah, so you never left this particular plant.
No.
100% plant-based.
Yes.
That's very
but
healthy.
I consider myself not plant-based because my mind is otherwhere.
Your mind's been other
So wait,
places.
My mind's everywhere else.
So you've not been outside the plant for years.
Physically.
Ever.
Physically.
Ever.
Physically, I haven't because I've got no legs. I'm
He's what you call a half a
man.
person.
I just goddamn right. I'm half a person, and guess what? $8 is a full sandwich. $6 get you half. Because I understand the difference between full and half.
Now-
I'm not going to charge you full $8 for half a sandwich.
Now, some would say that because it's less money, it's lesser than. But a full sandwich is sometimes too much for someone.
Too much.
So isn't a half sandwich better in this case? Wouldn't you say that, Officer Kelly?
Wouldn't you say that, Officer Kelly?
Hey, what I'd probably have to say is, I'm not cheating on Karen. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know what you're insinuating. I'm not.
I don't think you are.
She's just my partner, the other lady. Yeah, we do sometimes it's late night stakeouts or whatever, but forget about it. But the thing is, I'm gonna disagree. A half a sandwich. It's not more. Why don't I pay the extra $2, get the full sandwich? Then if I'm only hungry for the half, I take the half home, eat it later.
So what you're saying is, if you're a full man, you can cut your own legs off, throw them away.
That wasn't exactly what I said, but
You're saying a half a sandwich is the same as a full sandwich.
what?
Why don't we talk about this in the context of cheating on your wife? What would constitute a full cheat on your wife? And what would constitute a half cheat on your wife?
A full cheat on your wife, stealing,
Okay.
I think. Sex, no.
No.
That's positions, motions. Everyone knows it. You know what I mean? Handshake isn't cheating,
Is okay.
but a penis and a vagina is. Those are just two different body parts. Right, Officer Kelly?
That's what I've been saying is
This guy knows the law.
by the letter of the law here, if you're cheating on your wife, if I see a guy, he's going into a store, he's running out, he's in the department store, he steals a North Face coat, runs out. I say, this guy's cheating on his wife. Now, I see myself, hypothetically,
As is everything here.
having
in the
prolonged
plant deli.
sexual relations with my partner, Judith. That's not cheat. That's body part. I'm not saying we do it, but that's two body parts touching. What's this? A handshake, penis in her between her voluptuous breasts. What's the difference?
Let me say this. Let me ask you this. And this stays in the plant only.
Sure.
All right? That isn't going to leave. Name what body parts of yours, Officer Kelly, have been inside of your partner. What was her name?
Judith.
Judith. No, is that your wife?
No, my wife's Karen.
Your wife's Karen. Judith. What body parts of yours have been in Judith? I'm talking fingers and mouth. Fingers
Oh,
and mouth.
none whatsoever. But if they had been, all of them.
Listen. Full head. Wow, you
Yeah.
do the costume.
Yeah, none of
where
them
you wear
have
her as
been.
a costume.
Right, but if any had been, it'd have been all of them.
That's what I got to take as a sidebar here. I've always said the greatest sexual experience must be a ghost possessing a human, you know, because that's you're fully inside them. You know what I mean? It's just not dick and vagina. It's feet and feet, soul and soul. That's the ultimate love pleasure.
Seems like since you haven't left the plant, you're able to formulate all these thoughts and
My
theories.
mind can go anywhere. My mind has been to every planet, every place. I need to add that y'all too cannot leave the plant as well, as there was a meltdown, and we would be tracking radiation somewhere.
Not so bad for me, man. I'm supposed to go to jail tomorrow.
Now you're just in a different jail.
What?
You're in the plant jail, which
Damn.
we can't leave here.
Vito.
Yeah. But I'll show you the way of exploring space through mind tricks.
Cool.
What about you, Kelly?
I don't much care.
Hey, what do you think of that guy over there?
Yeah, what's he been up
Seems like a mass murderer to me.
Who, the guy on the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here a lot.
Probably nothing, though.
Hey, look at us.
Yeah.
What are you doing over there?
Not being a mass murderer.
That checks out. Officer Kelly, you're a man of the law. What do you think?
Here's the thing. I come home. I smell like perfume. It's part of my beat, okay? I gotta go through these places. There's
In the
perfume.
cosmetic store
There's
beat.
gonna be some lipstick on my dick, okay? I had to do a thing.
You're undercover.
Yeah, I had to. I'm working undercover as I paint my dick up and as a little guy to get the little guys. So, just all these accusations flying around.
What accusations?
Karen.
Karen's accusing you?
Like all the time. You're
Of
having
what?
an affair with Judith. I'm not having an affair with Judith. I am. But I'm not. But I am.
Have her define
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
define affair.
Exactly. It doesn't matter now. I live in this plant, so it's
You're
fine.
damn right.
Yeah, who cares? Fuck them both.
Wheel me over to the water station real quick, will you?
Absolutely.
See, now if I was able to walk, I would be a whole man. But you'd also say that you probably love me just as much as each other, right? Whole man on the inside.
I'm not going to break character here, but I'm saying if somebody that's amputee wants to self-identify as half a man, that's fine. But you don't go around calling them half a man.
Well, I don't identify as a woman. That'd be crazy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I feel radiation sickness coming on.
Take more iodine. Take more iodine. It's free.
I know, but God.
Yeah, I
maybe
always
I'm
keep
taking too much iodine.
on the table. I always leave iodine pills, free condoms, and a tip jar. Funny, the tip jar is the emptiest.
I'll tell you your problem here.
That is funny.
This is because
Let's not gloss over that. That is funny.
I know, because you'd hope the iodine pills
If
would be the
we-
most empty, as people are going to get radiation poisoning.
If we all are dying, as I think we might be because of radiation poisoning, what is death anyway?
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, what is it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're all dying anyway. So why not die from radiation? You know what I mean?
I'm sure this mass murderer has got some thoughts on death.
I'm going to ask him in a second, but I'm going to say I have half the amount of radiation poisoning that you guys have, as your legs are filled with radiation, and I am lucky enough that mine were taken from me by, I don't want to point any elbows, someone who's sitting here
Well,
at
now
a computer.
now you know why. Oh, yeah. Well, I was gonna say. I thought you're talking to me. I was gonna say. Now you know why I'm going to jail. But yeah, it's him. Him.
The guy's real hungry.
He
Dude,
took
I'm
your
not hungry
legs.
for
This
myself.
guy.
Yeah, I woke up in a fridge.
Is this true? Guy on computer.
I'm just a guy on my computer.
Checks
Always.
out. I don't know, man.
America.
He's always
Yeah,
here.
this was America. He's right. Guilty until proven innocent.
That's
What-
not how that goes. Kelly, what do you think?
Jesus Christ, what are you, a detective? Fine, I'm fucking around on my wife, all right? Jesus Christ, leave a guy alone.
With who?
With Judith. It's been years, all right?
Really?
God damn it.
He
Fuck.
must be the most sick with radiation poisoning because they say on your deathbed you'll come out with the things you've always wanted to say.
I say a lot of things happen on your deathbed. 1, you're going to say the things you want to say. 2, your legs will grow back. 3, you'll have an overwhelming fear of cheese. But so far, only one of the 3 has happened. So I think we're doing okay
Part
radiation-wise.
of radiation poisoning is severe psychosis, which I think you might have. But what is a deathbed anyway? Because you're slowly marching to death the whole time. So isn't everything a deathbed?
Well, if you're walking, you're not in a deathbed because they don't have walking beds yet.
True, Vito. Boy, can't wait till your book comes out.
It'll be half a book, I'll tell you that much. Because I'm going to die, and I'm not going to finish it.
Well,
But
yeah.
you better call it a full book.
All right, I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, that should do it.
Wow, on 5911.
I will be at Hilarities starting Wednesday of this week through Sunday. I'm headlining Wednesday and Sunday. I will be featuring for Rocky Laporte Thursday through Saturday. The following week, February 20. Somebody give me some backup.
I want to tell my story.
February 27th. Through 29th, I'll be at the Wichita Looney Bin in Wichita, Kansas. And then March 4th through 7th, I'll be at the Tulsa Looney Bin in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, and
that's where the people died in Watchmen, which I thought was fake, and it's real. Talk about that in the Patreon.
I will also be absent from the podcast for 2 weeks. Hopefully, we're gonna get a phone connection working, but we might have also some special guests checking in. So just so you guys know, everything's good. I'm on the road. It's one of those long runs where I can't come back in between. Nothing is out of the ordinary. And get those threesome applications in. They're very serious. And we'd love to meet you at Airbud. EYREBUD. No, me and Amy.
I'd like to meet them too.
Oh,
Me and Amy.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love to meet people.
Yeah.
I'd love to
Always
meet
good
people too.
Always good to see who's out there in the world. You know.
Now I'll go next. Why? Because I'm second most important.
Great.
This weekend is a double. This is a double promotion. This is for Anthony and I. We'll be leaving tomorrow to be in the Denver Comedy Works.
Yeah.
We'll be opening for Michelle.
What time's our flight if you want to catch us at the airport?
Buddy, I don't know. You have to tell me. You're going to pick me up, right?
8:05 a.m. leaving from LaGuardia. If you want to catch Greg and I at the airport,
my
wish
God.
us well on the plane.
Also, I'll be selling an album. I gotta tell you this real quick. I'm sorry to go over. People come, they buy the album. The album comes with a poster.
Yeah.
This guy walks up to me. He goes, I didn't even pitch it on the show. He goes, "What's this?" I went, "Oh, it's my album. I sell it with a poster, so you can have something. I sign it. You can have something." He goes, "Is your album on Spotify?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, why the hell would I buy this?" That's what he said to me.
Wow.
And I just said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
And he left.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get it on Spotify, or you can give me some money,
Right.
so that I can keep doing comedy.
Right.
So we'll be there. What, the 18th
We'll be there.
to the 23rd
Yeah, we'll be there. This comes out tomorrow, so we'll be there tonight.
tonight.
From the 18th to the 23rd at Comedy Works
Yes.
in Denver, downtown, opening for Michelle.
And then the 4th through the 7th, I will be at Mohegan Sun with Bobby Kelly. What the fuck is this? Todd gig, Massachusetts? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, fuck. I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out.
You agreed to a gig with Todd in Massachusetts on a date that you're supposed to be there with Bobby.
Who the fuck is Todd?
Todd Barry.
No! I canceled.
Okay.
Thank God.
So you're good.
That was stressful.
God.
Yeah, then I'm doing some gigs in Connecticut for Ryan Brouth. More details on those to come. You guys don't know Ryan Brouth. You don't need to. Also, Anthony, when you're done giving your things, I'm going to give some preview of what we're going to be talking on the Patreon.
Oh, that's fun.
Because I got
like
some fun
that.
topics to talk
Yeah.
about.
And
Only very simple ones.
Yeah, and I'll give a preview as well of what I've got planned.
Okay, so do your thing.
Yeah. February 29th, I'm doing my goddamn one-man show again at at Cherry Tree Bar in Brooklyn. At doors open at 9, shows at 9:30. Please come out and I'll tell you this: if you came out on Saturday night, the first 20 minutes is good, and the last 25 minutes, as Brendan
Stop
would say,
it.
is almost there, but it's just not there yet.
Or you had a bad crowd. Who knows?
And that's okay. But this time around, bet your dick this last 25 minutes will be better than the first 20. Because if you know me, I go into full fucking Mamba mode.
Or just put the first half at the end.
It's also an option.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But then they'd kind of get what's happening.
Of course. Well, now the reveal is sooner.
Yeah.
Very cool changes have been made.
Very cool.
And they'll be even cooler if you come out the 29th to Treasury Bar, 9:30. And then there's a link for the Eventbrite on my Instagram page, or you can show up at the door. Whatever you want.
Okay.
Anyway, March 5th.
Oh, sorry.
I will be at the Amp by Strathmore in Bethesda, Maryland at, I think, 8 p.m. It seems like a cool rock club, and I'll be there. So come out. And then March 12th, wouldn't you know it, I'll be at the Albany Funny Bone in Albany, New York. March 15th, I'll be at the Hartford Funny Bone in Hartford, Connecticut. And March 19th, rounding out the off-night Funny Bone tour, I will be at the Syracuse Funny Bone. And then March 27th, the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington, Long Island for all my Huntington heads. I got a bunch. And then March 11th, I'll be doing my silly little one-man show again at the Fat Black Pussycat at 10:30, and then again at QED in Queens on March 13th at 9:30. So for all my dates, those are all the dates.
Great.
Harumi.
HatchNYC.com. New cartoons every Tuesday.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Now, Greg, give him a preview.
So on the podcast, I'm going to talk about this shirt. Very fun. I retired it. Going to tell you why.
Oh,
This
that's
is very big
a lot
news.
of intrigue.
Also, I got to tell you about this condom business. I got this condom business
cool.
I got to tell you about on the Patreon.
Okay.
It's big.
Okay, great.
And then the third thing is, what we say we were going to talk about the podcast before? We said we were going to talk about that on Patreon? Remember we were saying something?
I have no idea.
Anyway, we were talking about that on the Patreon.
all that more. Oh, man.
Now it was before that. It was in the middle of the podcast.
Oh, really? Oh, then I don't
Well,
remember.
we're not going to talk about that.
And I'll be bringing. Somebody made a request that they wanted to see somebody from me, and I'll be taking a crack at that.
Great. Harumi, anything else? Cut it.